know, this will be an interactive presentation, so I would like you to join the presentation, the slides. So let me just open it for you. And I really, really appreciate if you can interact with the slides and if you can also answer the questions. So as community, we can actually align where we are on this important topic itself as well. And later, I can also share the topic with you, the report as well with you for the interactions. Yeah, who I am. I'm Sevil Guler, and I'm a staff engineer at Sitoo. And today, we will talk about how structured GitHub history could actually enable us to have more automation, more reliable CI/CD, better release workflows, and most importantly, lower drama release days. And a little bit about my life. I'm mother of 1.5. I have my daughter, 4 years old, who is also here with us today. She's the boss. Wherever she goes, we go. She has really colorful personality. To be honest, yesterday when I was asking her what does she think about my clothes, she was like, it's too black. And her face was saying it, but she was born in wrong household in general, I think. Good news is she also wants to be an engineer. I'm done for life, you know. As a Middle Eastern parent, I did what I was supposed to do way later, but she's there right now. And I also have my boy, Milo, who is 5 years old, golden retriever. He's the calm side of the house. We have like these boys are cold, like a little bit calmer, and the girls are crazy side. Like Elise and I classify, we just classify ourselves as good crazy. So if you would like to join our club, just let us know as well. And my life is going in between them and work. And my biggest goal in life is to make sure they are happy. And most importantly, they are alive. So yes, before we start, I would like you to answer some questions so I can understand the room a little bit and where you are in your delivery flow. So, yeah. Much more better than yours. Then
take that back.
Okay, like maybe 5 more seconds, then I will stop this. So let's see, what do we have? Biggest friction, release notes, Google approval forever, QA gatekeeping, my PRs. Wow, that's sad, really. Proper and meaning change. Change log, yes. You are in the right presentation today. Unknown error, yes. That's perfect. Did you also read again? This is more about really for us to understand each other and where we are. If you're done, I will move to next question. Did you done? Are you done? Perfect. How much of your release flow still depends on human interpretation? Almost everything, more than we want, some important parts, very little, and almost none. 5 more seconds, then we will be done. Or are you done with this? Perfect. Wow, it is, the numbers are quite high, more than we want. Almost everything, very little. That's really great numbers. At least great insight, let's say. What's your release frequency? Daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, more? Four more seconds. OK, so frequency, let's say, equally either bi-weekly or monthly. Not, yeah, that's good. What's the biggest blocker to releasing more frequently for you now? Manual release preparation, low confidence in testing or QA, weak automation, CI/CD, unclear change history, approval or coordination overhead, fear of production issues. Three more seconds. I want you to remember this. Unclear change history. We will talk about that, and I hope you will change your mind in the end. So great. I think I have a right audience for this talk. I'm so happy about it. So the core of today's talk is boring CI/CD. So, and also how we can make our CI/CD boring as much as possible to empower engineers and teams to focus on the right things. So we can have standardized workflows, predictable outcome, and minimal manual intervention. And we need to follow some core principles to be able to make our CI/CD boring. And one of them is the stability. And what do we mean with that? With stability, your system should be able to respond changes without hesitation, with no exception as well. If your tools start guessing, that means people can actually override it. That means your deliveries will be noisy. And clarity. That's important because it means that the meaning of change should be visible in the metadata and the history itself as well. So you don't need anyone to interpret. Like if you think about in every release, if the human needs to interpret what has changed by checking the PRs, by checking the chats, by checking the tribal knowledge, that means your CI/CD is not boring. So you are doing something wrong. And efficiency, automation. If there's anything in life I like is, to be honest, like when it comes to my work, is automation, to make everything efficient as much as possible. If you ask me to do something more than 2 times, I mean, before it was 3 times, I would automate it. And now it's 2 times with AI, so you don't need to wait too long for it. So you just do it. But think about that. Like with efficiency, the people should focus on what matters. Routine work should be done by the machine itself. The meaning is that you as engineers should spend your time to focus on the judgment. The machine should do the boring things, like defining the versioning, like generating or creating the release notes, or defining what the QA should focus on, and all the things you do actually repeatedly with following the same steps. And then scale. If you are one engineer company, perfect. As long as you have your engineer in the room, the knowledge will be there. But the larger you become, the bigger you become, the more people you have also on your teams, your operations gets also harder and harder. So it doesn't scale. So CI/CD, when it is boring, you can scale it. Because one important thing about boring CI/CD is that, first of all, it requires to have reliable behavior. It is repeatable. And the most importantly, it saves your time. Another question. Which core principle of boring CI/CD do you find most crucial? I forgot to add none, but it's also a valid answer, actually. And again, behind this boring CI/CD is really pushing all the routine work to the machine and automating everything as much as possible. As long as your operations are predictable, the machines can help you. The machines can actually handle all the changes accordingly as well. And also, you will not have anything surprising in the CI/CD. You will not question how this happened. Or we released this app, and the versioning says we did major version, but how did it happen? We just had 2 changes. Perfect. So stability it is. And let's talk about as well, like, this talk we are having is actually the first part of my CI/CD talk. And the main idea as well for us to have this talk and making sure we could actually unlock a big opportunity that we can have with automation by structuring our Git history. And I'm just curious, is it only, did everyone say this? No? How did, oh, sorry, let's do it again then, just a second. This will reset the slides. Awesome, we cannot reset only this one. So, yeah, I'm so unhappy about this, but okay, because that was an important one. If I duplicate this one, maybe, yes. Yes, wait, submission, now we can do it. And there's a timer, that's why. Oof, it is quite a spreaded result. Okay, like, other doesn't work. Change it, please. I didn't know I added even other.
There's no other. It's segregating the smaller ones, I think.
Okay. It doesn't help. Okay, perfect. We can stop it. So we have this fixed login issue as a winner. Let's talk. Do you see that, like, how big is this change? And what do you exactly understand? Like, how can you interpret it? Like, if someone reads it, what do you think they will get from this title or the commit messages?
I would say at least a team that you can talk to, or a team that does logging. I have a certain area that I know it's about, but yeah, then the issue can be super big, or just, I don't know, just a typo.
But there is also no guarantee. It's the PR owner or the commit owner is the owner of the login feature itself. So this one, it doesn't say, yeah, it is still better than many others because it at least tells us it's a fix, it's not a feature. Or it's not a refactory, or if it is not something about security and stuff. But this is not something that we can use as a data because it says nothing. Like, what is the issue? Is it a big change? Is the QA should actually focus on that? Is the issue related to UI, or if there was like some certain bugs or something? So that's also the thing. Like, all those examples we gave was acceptable from engineering point of view. So if the reviewer have the context, which is the code itself, and most like the description, it's acceptable. For a human scanning a PR, yes. For a one-off release conversation, still fine. But you can't use this for semantic versioning or changelog grouping, QA focus and support handoff, or AI summarization, because it doesn't give enough data. It's not clear. We talk about that. One of the core principles we have for boring CI/CD was clarity. We should be able to understand the meaning of change from the history and the metadata. So the real problem, I mean, you may just think that this is not a real problem, but it is a real problem when we have this vagueness in our commit history. Because by using our commits history, we could actually automate more. We could do the version bumps automatically. We could, since we will also, since we can actually automate as much as possible, that means we can have our release preparation or releases with less manual interpretation or manual intervention as well. And again, you can also use this generated summaries too. And we are living in AI era. That means data is the most important thing. And everything is data as well. So that's the thing. If we have the vague history, and that means we will actually lose stability of our CI/CD, so it will be doing guessing. And if we are doing the guessing, then the people will be able to start doing manual overrides. And then we will have inconsistent outcomes, because the machine will not actually know what's going on, because for machine it's either 0 or 1. So we need to make sure whenever we are in CI and CD area, we need to make sure we actually remove the context from the people and from the human's mind to the machine somehow. And for that, one of the most important thing is your Git history. And we will also have some examples how we will do that as well. And again, this is one of the real reason for this is this, because Git history is an underused automation input. You can use the Git history as an input to many systems, such as CI/CD pipelines. By using Git history, you can actually decide what to do with the changes. Do you want to build the app, push it to Firebase, push it to Play Store? It's all up to this Git history as well. It can be up to this Git history in a clean way. Semantic versioning tools. I don't know how many of you do semantic versioning. Perfect. Is it automated? No. Some of you, we will also ask that. And then you can also generate the changelog in a nice way as well. And release automation, again, I will also show you some of them, but there are so many systems that can benefit your Git history as much as possible. It's only connecting them. And it is one of the data points you can use both for AI solutions and also static solutions like triggering the CI when something happens. Because again, the machine, your system, shouldn't guess anything. They should know what to do. And they cannot know what to do if the input you are giving is vague. That's simple as it is. And this talk is not really related to make your commits messages clear or structured as much as possible. It's more about you are missing opportunity to automate if you don't have that. And today we will unlock it by bringing that to our examples as well. And why it is important right now? I mean, you may say, rightfully, that's not important just now. It has been important for a really long time. I've been also in the business for a while, and I also know, like, when it comes to developer experience, it's not the biggest thing that gets the budget in multiple companies, even though its value is big because it affects developer experience. It wastes developers' time. It even affects like the quality of your deliveries as well, because you don't know you may not know exactly what's going on, and you will also have more coordination ahead. Like the more you want to do the releases, it will be harder for the teams. So that's why automation, all the routine works should be done by the machine. And you folks as people should focus on the judgment. And yes, I will not go into these ones, but again, we have right now automated release tooling. Does anyone using release, please? It's really great framework or like tool that's owned by Google, and we will also use that today. That basically gets your Git history and bump your version automatically. So and then it also creates the really great grouped changelog as well. It tags, it creates the release and everything as well. I don't know how many, we don't have so much time left, right? 10 minutes. Okay, I will hurry up because I want to also give you the code or at least show you what I mean. So yes, which benefit of structured Git history excites you the most? You have only 10 seconds. Five. And it's done. OK, I'm glad you are interested for more automation. So one solution to that, again, to be able to like automate more, you need to have conventional commits, which is a schema. So it's sort of like a contract in your PR titles. And what it does, examples for it is like if you check here, this is also option. For example, here you can also see the Jira tickets here. But it is optional. And I also will share some open source actions with you. You can also use if you are using GitHub Actions, or you can do something similar for your CI/CD as well. But what it does here is like, as you see, it tells us it's a feature. And it is related to the cards. And the Jira ticket is post 2, 3, 4. And this is also clear what it does as well. And it's the same thing. And it's also like CI or fix or docs. And there's even more. If you have a breaking changes, you also use something else, like more like a feature, the fit exclamation mark, like this one. And why it is important? Because you can categorize the changes immediately. So you can actually understand the weight of the release in a better way as well. And you can also, there's also consistency as well. And again, you can read here, but like I just really want to give the example, code example for you. But again, with conventional commits, you can actually do the automation way more because you have the clarification more as well. Think about that. We are also living with AI era, right? And Jira, for example, has an MCP server. And here you have that data already. And you will be able to connect your other systems with both GitHub and the Jira. And then you will be able to understand what has changed. That means you will be able to write release notes. You will be able to write your test plan. You will be able to write your support documentation and everything else. Again, you will be able to also do risk analysis as well. I don't know if you are currently doing any creating automated tests with AI. So if you want to have something meaningful, you need to also understand the acceptance criteria. And the machine can also do that only with correct data. And you should give the data as much as possible with the correct contract as engineers. And that is the contract. You give all the information that anyone, including AI, could actually find the information that's necessary to do the right thing. How many of you use conventional commits in your workflow? Three seconds. Number is quite high, 12, so great. Yes, what conventional commits help with? Again, version bump classification, changelog grouping, release summary generation, filtering internal versus user-facing changes, release preparation workflows, AI-assisted draft generation. And anything you may be even doing today manually can be automated, again, with the right contract. Yes, and what they do not solve, what do you think? It doesn't solve poor engineering judgment. It doesn't solve people problems. It doesn't solve your PMs coming to you in last moment and making surprises in your CI/CD workflow either. So these are something, the other things will be all about your engineering skills to make sure you actually protect your standards in general. And chaotic branch strategy, unsafe cherry picking, and etc. These are not something it will solve. Yes, finally, use case. So I want to show you this first. This is we can go with the entire screen. I want to show you this one. This is how we do our releases in Sitoo. And currently, we have only 2 manual steps. And that's literally only about triggering the workflows, because we don't have a regular cadency for our releases. So someone needs to say, it's the time. And as you see here, we have few steps, and again, one of the biggest thing actually we have done was first introducing the conventional commit checks, so we can automate everything fully. And again, you may just like, couldn't we do this without? Of course, we could do that, but not in the same level, Because right now we have everything predictable. And again, our CI/CD is quite boring. It's so boring, so we can also even expand it with AI right now. We create our release notes with AI. We have our PR risk analysis as well with AI. We create test plan for our customer as well who wants to review our product first. We also have, currently we are also working on creating support documentation as well. And again, these are all happening because we have enough data in our Git history as well. Because we know what's changed, and we are also being, like our customers want to also have reliable release notes, which means we need to also get stuff from the code itself. Because we cannot keep the of course human is reliable source, but we are like prone to errors. And again, it's also, you should never build a system depending on the people's memory in general. So coding time, but I don't know if you have time. It will be short. Yeah. I created actually an organization that is called DevX Sweden. And I pushed as well some of my work there. And we will use few of them today. One of them will be conventional commit with ticket. That's a GitHub action. I don't know how many of you use the GitHub actions, but again, it's just scripts, like either bash scripts or Python. Some of them are also written in TypeScript. You can literally fork it and then do it in your way as well to use it in other CI and CD CI/CD toolings. And we will also use the release please autoship and approve and merge PR. If we maybe we will not have time. I think we will not have time. I cannot spare 10 minutes more, right?
Well, maybe after.
Yes. So let's do like this then. I think I still have 4 minutes. I will hurry up. And then we could actually go with this one. So we can just see this one. I showed you as well how our release goes. And simply we have the start release. And what it does simply, but first check actually our pull requests. Now, okay, I will just show you this one. We start this. We use this release please, and what it does simply is to create yes. What it does is simply just create it bumps our version in both here and the Gradle, and it also creates the changelog accordingly. And it's not only that, because when you also this one is like a starting point, and since we also have in our, okay, this was exactly how I didn't plan it and what I was scared of, but it is what it is. So we also have here the way that we can also make sure some stuff will not happen with, everything will happen with our control. Everything will be expectable. We don't want to do certain things when only if the changes are only related to CI. You may think that, okay, but it can be, you can also filter it with files. It will be the same thing. That's the thing, it's not, because we can actually, if we have some exceptions ourselves, we can actually change the title and we will know it works, because it is more about really being expectable. We need to know how it will behave. And with this one, you know how it behaves. And also we are able to, we have also a big release notes generator. And again, since AI knows what is feature, what is fix, and the titles are also better. And again, we are also able to fetch more data from other places because we also have the gyro ticket attached to the PR as well. So you can see like all this information going to our customer. You may think like it is so big release notes, but this is also what our customers want. We are also adjusting our release notes with their needs. And again, if you even go down, we are even able to like explain what is what, and each of changes are also having detailed test focus. And again, we have some other places as well where we are currently working on pushing our test plan as well for the entire release. But this one, since our customer also wants to verify the changes, we are also able to give the test focus for them and so many other information as well. Because again, data is accurate and not vague, so we can actually do lots of things with it. So yes, I am coming to the end, but I would like to make sure we talk about this as well. These are the last slides. I know we couldn't code and stuff, but again, we have these actions already available in this DevX Sweden. You can actually use it. And if you also want to push some other toolings there that you may also think it can give value to community, you can like feel free to also ping me as well, so we can push it there. No one is checking more predictable versioning because I didn't explain that. But I would just say, please check release, please. It's the tool. And when you have like only fixes in your release, it will only bump the minor. And when you have features, it will bump the major. And you can also override this as well accordingly. Like we are not able to do major releases because of the compliance, so we can never bump the major. So we are also overriding this accordingly as well. Please just check the release, please. And again, I'm already using that in the action I shared in my repo. So yeah. But I would like to also give you some challenge, if it is OK. And sorry, I couldn't deliver what I want to deliver, which is coding and showing you this more. But why not to help each other? I mean, and also help the GDG Stockholm Android as well. I don't know how it is right now in the market, but years ago, I had to even get vacation days because my company didn't accept me to go to a conference before. I don't know if it is like that, but I think we should, like all the tech companies should give back to the community. So how we can make this is making sure the value of these gatherings is understood and known as well. So please change something that may give value to your team and your company, and also maybe make your life easier, which is also the most important thing, let's be honest here. So, and then maybe ping GDG Stockholm Android and tell us what did you do, and let's inspire each other as well. Yeah? Thank you.